Everyone, good afternoon, and welcome to the webinar today on streamlining your client billing processes and recognizing the revenue that gets generated. I'm Ashni, the product marketing specialist with Replicon, and I'm joined by my colleague Pawan, who is our solutions expert. Right, so here's a quick look at the agenda for today's webinar. We'll kickstart by talking about the challenges around the whole process of billing and revenue management, and we'll follow it up with a demo of how Replicon's advanced features and capabilities help you as an organization in streamlining the entire process of project client billing. We'll also have a Q&A session towards the end of the webinar, but if you have any questions during the webinar, then please feel free to post them in the questions box available on your screens right now. Okay, here are some housekeeping items. You will be on mute during the entire presentation, and any queries, technical or webinar related, can be asked via the questions box on your screens. All right, so let's get started then. You all have been a part of Replicon's family, and you know at Replicon we've always believed that time, or I can say particularly people's time, has been an asset for us. As you may have seen and as we have observed, a typical 1,000 people business has around 2 million hours to be tracked, and no centralized visibility is what we observed to control all these hours that they were tracking. So what we did is we looked a little further, we dig a little deeper, and what we realized is that this was all happening because their current ecosystem was fragmented and it was tedious. The time that they were recording, we saw that it was spread across different solutions and different systems like payroll and HCM and ERP and CRM, and there was not a single way to get this complete view of the data that was being recorded. You may have come across one or all of these challenges that you see on your screens right now, and I'm pretty sure if that is the case, you would have started getting affected by delayed service delivery, you would have seen a lack of resource productivity, there would have been issues with project profitability, if I can call out, or there would have been business profitability issues with all these challenges in place. Also, any decision, whether big or small, made by any leader today, it requires real-time data. And without this, taking a proactive action to manage any critical metrics can literally be a very tedious task. So you have been with us, and you all know that we call ourselves a time intelligent company. Replicon provides businesses with a single source of truth that is needed for their time data, and our platform is basically what differentiates us from everybody else. Our approach has always been that we want to make it hassle-free to manage time as an asset, and what we have done, and we proudly stand up to it, that we have helped customers tackle all their project time tracking needs. But also because we are super configurable, we have been able to meet all business needs for others, and we have seen ourselves scaling seamlessly from small to large organizations. We have been in support of global requirements that some of you came to us with, and most importantly, being mobile first, we took care of the deskless workforce requirements or the remote workforce requirements that came up too. But being on the latest and the greatest technology, we were built with the changing nature of workforce in mind. So all of this was done eventually to help your business manage time in the most efficient manner. There's one other thing which I wanted to bring up, which we have seen recently, is that there has been a lot of pain in managing multiple systems by our customers. So what we have done is we have helped many businesses connect our platform with their ecosystem using our web service API. And when I say their ecosystem, I actually mean all and every ecosystem that they came to us with. We help them get their time, their cost, their pay, or billing data in line and in sync via the integration. So Replicon, as you may already know and experienced, we have a comprehensive suite. Some of you may be using all of these modules, some of you may be using some of these modules, but here's our suite from which you can choose from. You can go ahead and manage your project time, your clients, your compliance, your resource management, your overall profitability by choosing to customize your solution based on any of the modules that we provide today for having a customized solution. And in fact, it is because of this comprehensive suite that Replicon is able to help you with use cases like picking up professional service from here, enterprise time management, global time to gross pay, use cases like labor cost capitalization, management of R&D tax credits. We've seen use cases around grant management, shared service chargebacks, and in fact, I can just go on and on, but as you can see on your screens right now, all these are just some of the use cases that we've taken care of with our comprehensive suite that we spoke about. All right, so let me talk now a little bit about project client billing capabilities and issues you must have faced around it. Some of you, when we started working with you, we saw a very traditional and outmoded approach to handle project client billing process. This approach we observed was static. It silos each function, and it still involves a lot of manual process and administrative overhead to get project time consolidated. And finally, to bill a client is a huge task with this approach. And because of this linear approach, there was no single source of truth for business metrics. In fact, there was a whole confusion that we observed with customers who had come to us facing this approach. We had seen organizations who did not know how they were doing on the projects, how much time was being recorded, what was being billed to the clients, was their project resource being utilized efficiently or not, is the profitability on track, is their forecast available. I can just go on with the list of these issues or problems that people would face because of the linear approach that we spoke about. So Replicon's aim towards helping project and client billing solution was to actually give out the capabilities and features that were needed to manage the project billing and revenues. In the demo that Pawan will present very shortly now, we will talk extensively about how you can use the historical information to price your projects correctly, how we integrate with any CRM solution to pull the project data and help you plan for the same. We will also be digging a little bit into how you can allocate resources, how you can set billing hour targets that lead to an increase in utilization. We will talk on how average revenue per resource can be improved with the new capabilities that we have introduced related to revenue. We will be talking a little bit about real-time project tracking and WIP management capabilities, and something around invoicing and revenue recognition too. So we'll also touch a little bit about how you can easily export the data to the system of your choice. If you want to keep multiple systems for different data processing, then how that can be done. And in fact, overall, how our platform can help you plan for future projects and resourcing need. Now with that, let me not delay this anymore and pass on the control over to Pawan for a quick demo. Pawan, I'm passing on the controls over to you.
Thank you so much, Ashni. All right, so let's start with the project list. Here's where we have full real-time visibility to the overall status of our projects. Also, as we can determine future project costs based on historical client project information, allowing for actual accurate cost, hours, and billing information as such. Replicon's platform will automatically pull projects from your CRM once they're deemed ready. For example, opportunities that are over a probability of percentage of 70, as an example. Let's take a look at a project on the list. I'll go into analytic deployment for more details on this project. So the first thing that we see is clearly the summary tab. Under the summary tab, we can track projects in real time with estimates versus actuals from hours and cost perspectives as well, as compares billing versus cost to gain real-time visibility into profits and revenue. So here, estimated hours or the gray bars are actually a sum of all the resources allocated to this project. Replicon's time intelligent platform drives project estimation based on the actual sum of all users allocated to this project. More on that in a few minutes from now. Ashley did mention about the complex work breakdown structures that we can accommodate with importing data from your existing ERP and CRM systems, clearly complex WBS structures, multiple levels deep, as you can see, branching out over here, are supported out of the box. As part of the integration, all fields can actually be pulled from simple to complex data sets, also leveraging the capabilities to create user-defined fields to set up any of that metadata or any of those attributes that you additionally need to kind of set up within the system. Processes for budgets, estimates, and costs clearly can be found over here and defined directly within the Replicon's platform as well. Right. Resourcing allocation. Clearly, Replicon's platform will mirror your organizational hierarchy, whether it's departments, whether it's cost centers, locations, etc. Recall project estimates are actually driven directly from the resource allocation. So this allows for accurate budgeting, planning, and forecasting of future projects. Having an understanding of project estimates versus actuals actually helps our customers deliver accurate project estimates in terms of costs, billing, and hours back to their clients. Right. So without even sort of diving any deeper, Replicon's time intelligent platform actually allows you to understand all resource load, utilization, and of course, bench capacity, empowering resource managers to not only plan out projects with resources, using the filters on skills and locations, cost centers, service areas, etc., but also understand overall resource load. We have a proven track record with existing customers gleaning a minimum of 5 to 10% improvement while leveraging Replicon's resource allocation solution. With just a few clicks, resources can be allocated and added to projects and then assigned to tasks from this screen over here. Those of you who've actually leveraged the Replicon's resource management platform have found an ability to actually take on 10 to 20% more projects at a minimum. As an example, like I'm pointing towards Tammy Benson, we can easily understand the overall load against specific projects and be able to make some key decisions on moving her off certain projects or perhaps adding her to other projects as well. The project planning side of things, effectively planning out our projects within Replicon's time intelligent platform is an intuitive and easy to use way. Replicon offers project roles, as you can see right over here on the left column where I'm pointing. These project roles can actually be defined and allocated to projects with the color codes signifying current in-flight projects against those that are yet to actually kick off. Planning ahead against those future projects removes the barriers to proactive project management. Then when the project is actually about to kick off, intelligently searching for the right user to assign based on the current load, skill set, location, cost centers, like we've spoken, is actually made effortless on the swap placeholder to the user screen, as you can see right over here. Right, so the most available match is right on top, and as you scroll on, of course, the system is filtering out the least available matches all the way at the bottom. So Replicon's customers actually have seen an increase in revenue forecasting capabilities from 2 months to more than a year for efficient planning. Let's talk about billable targets. Monthly billable targets can actually be set up for users, and that is actually visible right on your timesheet. And let me just highlight that as well, right there. So those targets can actually be compared to other logical groupings, such as departments, like in this example, implementation department, or against multiple layers, such as department, cost centers, locations, and service areas, etc. So as time is entered in both against the user, the time is entered by the user on their timesheet. Individual user target bars actually move, as well as the other bars of which they're actually part of. In this case, work in progress is actually tracked at a task or WBS element level, which auto adjusts based on the time entered or removed. This is a culmination of all users' time entered against this element, and is actually a real-time indicator of the overall progress. This also allows many of our customers to actually leverage direct end-user input to drive project timelines, costs, and of course, billable updates back to their clients. Finally, users can actually attach documents such as this SRS document and actually reference these attachments directly on the timesheet itself. So while you see a single timesheet template over here, the power of the platform enables us to capture data you need and to create any template based on your needs. Like we said, the platform is mobile enabled, so we will show you and talk about our mobile capabilities and see how all the time is actually lined up based on your approval process. And I'm just going to bring up my screen over here. And that is the Replicon app right there. So I'm going to launch it. So we have intelligent workflows that can actually create or rather check for exceptions and route those to the right leaders for the further validation and review. So if a supervisor in this case has to review timesheets of team members, clearly there is the view right on top over here within the inbox, indicating what's awaiting their action. Click on it. Here's where you can review the details. And of course, you've got the options to go ahead and select, and then of course, approve and reject, or perhaps even drill into that detail to see all of the time captured on the mobile devices. Moving on to the billing side of things, invoicing is again key within the system. Billing managers actually have real-time visibility to actually understand projects that are ready to be billed with improved visibility into the actual cash flow within the system itself. Invoicing, again, key. Replicon can generate invoices like this one. And of course, seamlessly integrate with your existing financial systems or ERP systems, like Ashni had mentioned earlier. And of course, we can pass back data as costs, billing, or perhaps even expense details to round off all of those billable, which actually reinforces the differentiator around plug and play and how we can actually share data with whatever your ecosystem is. So Replicon's platform actually allows our customers to reduce lead time to cash by 90%, as well as 90% reduction on administrative overheads with better planning and streamlined processes around project billing. So that will move into the revenue side of things. Revenue management is clearly, again, a section where you can, revenue can actually be reconciled by leveraging revenue contracts, work in progress, and of course, billing. Our clients generate accurate revenue forecasts by simply adjusting the as of date in this top left-hand corner over here. Clearly, Replicon's time intelligent platform allows for 100% compliance with accounting and international standards, supporting ASC 606 and IFRS 15 compliance for revenue recognition. Folks from the leadership teams and senior execs within the organizations will love this view. Replicon's platform actually offers sophisticated dashboarding capabilities, which presents real-time data as well as drill down capabilities, just like that. So you actually got these charts, you click on it, it goes in. We're looking at profits or billables by client. Those are all of my clients, and that's exactly what I see here. I can drill into the client. Further, we've got visibility on what are those projects that are actually driving those numbers, and then actually goes ahead to further show where they're coming in from, whether it's a project or it's the user or anything for that matter. So you can clearly drill down to any of those details. As you can see, multiple formats of dashboards are available to satisfy all exec level data consumption requirements. Replicon also has real-time connectors to BI tools, such as Tableau and Power BI, leveraging database table level, API based, or perhaps even integration, allowing you to actually define metadata, which will be pulled across in real time. And finally, reporting side of things, most of you may be aware of the reporting side of things, have perhaps even been in over here. And then those that have not actually can clearly see that Replicon's time intelligent platform includes a robust reporting engine that would actually retrieve the desired data based on an easy to use templates, as well as um, filter all of the data on the desired data sets. This project estimates versus actuals report, for example, can clearly be used in two ways. You may want to communicate overall project progress as well as your project plan timelines back with your client, and that's externally. Internally, of course, you can communicate back historical costs, billable manpower requirements in order to actually increase headcount in specific departments, as an example. And clearly, the reporting side of things also allows to export data as CSV files, send it out in PDFs, share it on emails, print it out, and then of course set schedule, so you can have this data coming out in a recurring manner based on those frequencies that are defined over here. Clearly, circling back to the plug and play and essentially data transfer within the systems, whether you want to extract data out of Replicon or perhaps bring something back in. As part of the integrations with the European CRM systems. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for your time today. I'm going to pass this back to Ashni now.
Thank you, Pawan. Let me quickly start by sharing my screen here. All right. So just to quickly summarize Pawan's demo here, here are some benefits that we can help service businesses with. We could help with reducing revenue leakage with our revenue recognition, and we could help improve utilization with the resource allocation that Pawan spoke about today. Streamlining the professional service workflow is one of the advantages, and of course, reducing compliance risk is a big advantage. Before we end and open the forum for questions, here are a couple of examples that we recently came across. There was a financial firm that came to us very recently. They were using Excel-based and manual process, which led to errors and costing issues. They had a very limited forecasting window. They had delayed billing, which was affecting the cash flow and revenue. Our solution was, in fact, able to streamline their time and billing process. We could help them improve their resource utilization, and we were able to give them a good forecast view for helping them with the real-time data. We also dealt with an IT service company very, very recently where the major challenge was the mobile or remote workforce consisting of field engineers. Their manual process, again, it meant a lot of errors, a huge admin overhead. They had a lot of cash flow issues with them. With Replicon, they achieved a single source of truth for all employees. We were able to give them real-time data, and we got them proactive information so that they could take the right business decisions. All right, with that, let me do a quick recap. Here is once again our comprehensive suite a slide wherein you can choose to have any of the modules for yourself based on your requirement. We spoke about the capabilities around project billing today. We look forward to talking to you if you need any other module that would cater to your needs. Please feel free to contact your customer success manager either for any questions or for a customized demo of any other modules that you're looking from. And till then, I thank you all for attending today's webinar, and you have a great weekend ahead. Thank you. Bye bye.